Well, let's maybe start off. Pewee, does she get a run for her 50th go?
Be pretty awkward if I dropped her now, wouldn't it? No, absolutely. Pewee's big 5-0. Look, she struggles. She can't quite look me in the eye, but she's obviously been an impressive player. Started in season 3. We call her the general down back. We're really excited for her. She's been an absolute stalwart down there for us. Organises the group, communicates, terrible jokes, but a really important piece of our backline, and she leads the troops really well. So congratulations on your big 5-0. You are playing Pew, so that's exciting for her.
Tell us about her career and sort of the growth that she's had across her career.
Yeah, well, she started down at, she calls it the West Pew Pandas, but down at West Perth. She used to play there back in the day. I actually played a game on her. She can play across any lines. She really can. I know she's played a bit midfield, bit forward, bit back, but just the ability for her to get up week in, week out, take any play or any role that, she can do. She can play tall, she can play short. And the way, to be honest, she's like the mother hen back there. Driscoll would struggle without her, I know that. And she's always the one that I can have that conversation with to be able to align the troops. So we're so lucky, and I know the other girls this week are going to be really privileged to run out with her.
How's been your view across the year? 3 games remaining. It's going to be a tough ask to make finals, particularly you've got Melbourne in that middle game, St Kilda on a 4-game winning streak. What's the feeling amongst the group, and can you still do it?
Yeah, well, I know after last week we're really disappointed. We've lost 2 in a row now, and the girls are so determined and fierce to want to win this week. Yeah, it's just that hunger to want to drive the group. This week we want to beat St Kilda, end of story. Obviously we've got 3 games to go, and we're looking forward to putting our best foot forward for those. But St Kilda in red hot form, 4 in a row. They've got some really great players, some new players that are in that team that are in really good form. But yeah, as I said, if we get our best football going, I'm sure it'll be a good fight.
How important is 50 games this week for Pewee, but also you've had the privilege of having a couple of girls make the 50 this year as well. How important is their experience to the next 3 games that you have a pretty tough run?
Yeah, absolutely. So Ange, Gabby, I know Hayley's been there, Epps has been there, and now Pewee. We're really lucky to have those girls around the club. They're really great leaders, whether in the leadership group or not. It's a fantastic thing to rely on those girls week in, week out, to lead the girls. We've got a young group, or in terms of experience as well. We've got new players, and they guide them every week, and I'm really lucky to have those girls in our team.
Kiara Bowers, where's she at? And I mean, the midfield, it's a pretty young midfield. It's probably been pretty well beaten the last few weeks. How important is she sort of coming back in to at least be competitive?
Yeah, she's definitely a chance to play this week. We had Orla Lally play her first game inside, Vera her second. Obviously, Ange Stannett is new in there as well, and TJ made her debut. So we don't shy away from the challenges of playing really good inside mids, and that'll happen this week and the next 3. We're playing 3 quality teams, but we think we've got some real growth in there, and having a look at a few players in different positions has been one, but we're really trying to get settled now on what we want to do.
Had the state combine the other day. Based on what you've seen across this year, where do you guys need to shore up so that going forward into the future you're competing for finals? Yeah,
well, it's something that I know our recruitment team are having a really strong look at. There's some great talent out there in WA, but also with the potential to be a national-wide kind of draft. So we've got areas that we want to fill, and I guess flexibility to have players that don't just come in and fill one void, but can fill a few. So it's something that I personally will look at a little bit more in the next 3 weeks, but at the moment I'm really focused on beating St Kilda.
What areas of the last 2 weeks do you have to fix to make sure that you do beat St Kilda?
Yeah, well, I think, we put a bit of pressure on, our mids and, trying to get the right mix to be able to develop and grow. But I think over the last few weeks, I know, the backs, they've always been holding us in it, and we went a little bit away from the footy we'd like to do. And with the forwards last week, we just didn't create enough opportunities, and we thought we could have done better in that area. So although the mids were young and they put up a great fight as well, we just think we could get a bit more scoring opportunity through our forwards.
So has that been a focus this week, is giving that opportunity to the forward line?
Yeah, definitely. And when they do, taking most opportunities. I mean, a couple of weeks we've had, 0 goals for with, some of our forwards that we know that they can produce, and just making sure we structure up a little bit differently. So when we are in front of the ball, when we're 1v1, we're okay. It's when, the backs start creating a +1 that they've been getting the better of us. So how we structure that, we're slightly going to change.
You spoke about how it's kind of shifting towards a national draft. Is Fremantle being compensated adequately? I know Michael Pryor spoke the other day, no matter which way you kind of put it, he was kind of expressing the frustration. Are you happy where you're at with the compensation from the AFLW, and are you having discussions with them at the moment?
Yeah, no, we're just really focused. As I said, we're having a really good chat every time we go to Melbourne. We're having a look at, different teams and different players, and the 17, 18-year-olds coming through are really talented. But when I went to the draft trials the other day, yeah, there's some great talent in there. I've been watching a lot of the local league footy, and we're really confident that the players that we get in and the players we've got in this team are going to be able to hold us in good stead going forward.
Do you think that there needs to be a change in order to, whether it be fixturing, making it everyone play each other once, or compensation as far as draft picks nationally in order to help Fremantle?
No, I just think we've got to get it right. We can only control what we can control. We've got 3 games in a row, and we're really determined to, win those games. And essentially, it doesn't matter who we play, we're not going to be able to control that over the next 3 weeks. So if I start looking outside of that, I'm probably, making it harder for myself and the girls to stay on task. So really determined to, get this week, done, play against them on Sunday, which is Indigenous round, which we're really excited to play in, and then go forward from them with a couple of other great challenges with Melbourne and Sydney. What
did you make of Michael Pryor's comments when you heard them about the fixturing?
To be honest with you, we've come off 2 losses, so we want to get back to winning footy. So as much as, you can read the commentary around that, I just try and stay focused on what we can do to put our best foot forward this week. Obviously it's one of those things that we need to get back to winning, and we're really determined. We obviously want to beat Saints. I can't be any more clear on that. We want to play our best footy, and anything that kind of takes away from that week isn't going to help us this weekend.
So in terms of the fixturing, how it is at the moment, you don't look at that, you just go, we've got a game to win. That's what we're going to do.
Absolutely. Yeah, so we've got Saints, Melbourne, Sydney. 3 opportunities is better than having no opportunities to be able to win 3 games. So I'm excited for that more so than anything else outside the commentary.